Merry Maiden, welcome to the Witch's Cauldron. My name's Paula. Today I want to start a series where we're going to do a deeper dive on the divine. In other words, I've already given kind of like a really high overview of the god and the goddess in the Wicca 101 set of videos on here. And I want to get more in depth with each one of the archetypes for the god and the goddess. And the first one that I want to do is the maiden phase of the goddess. And when we talk about the goddess, but I'm going from traditional teachings, okay? The goddess is the female essence of the divine, okay? And when I say that, I mean that she is the ultimate mother. She is the all mother. She is the womb through which all life begins, ends, and then returns. Okay? She is a part of everything, and she is everywhere. She is the earth beneath our feet. She is the air above us. She is the food and the water that we need to survive. She is a destructive power. And the destructive power that allows new life to grow, such as wildfires, tidal waves, volcanoes, and earthquakes. She is always with us as we walk through this lifetime, and she's always with us on our spiritual path, as is the God. And she is whispering encouragement to you at all times, okay? In her maiden phase, she is innocence, beauty, joy. She is often depicted as a premenstrual young woman. Okay? She is confidence. She is self-possessed. She lives life for simple joys. Okay? The maiden stands for new beginnings and new hope. She is pure independence. She is beholden to no man, to no male. Okay? She is living a life of self-directed freedom. She is beholden to no one. Now, maidens are virginal in its original meaning of belonging to no one. Not that she's never had sex. It means that she belongs to no one. When you think about maiden goddesses, they are self-reliant, they are articulate, and they are on the verge of womanhood. Okay? They dance for their own pure pleasure. They're not really interested in finding love or the big love of their life. They teach us to be ourselves, our true selves, to be free, to be spontaneous, and to lose control every now and again. Okay? And here is part of like a charge to a maiden goddess. Okay? I am the maiden goddess, wild and free. I live my life independently, for I am owned by no one. I am the first spark of laughter and joy, and the promise of a life lived with hope and happiness. I am the confidence of an unbroken heart and the freedom of a soul untouched by the burden of betrayal. Know me and know that life is to be lived, not survived. Honor me by embracing a more spontaneous and adventurous life. Cut the ties that bind you to dark unhappiness and walk in the light of my love. Feel me when the moon is new in the sky and know that you are loved unconditionally. Now, there are some maiden goddesses that are very popular to work with. Okay, Artemis is one that comes immediately to mind. Artemis is the Greek goddess of the moon, hunt, and women, and her symbols are moonstones, animals, and jasmine. Okay, Kore is another one that comes to mind. Kore represents luck, cycles, and youthful energy. Her symbols are coins, corn, the number 7, flower buds, and pomegranate. One of the maiden goddesses that I enjoy working with is Blodeuwedd. She is a Welsh goddess, and her aspect is having responsibility for your own actions. And her sacred items are the owl, hawthorn, emeralds, blood, and the death tarot card. Another is Ostara, and she is Pan-Celtic. Her aspect is Ostara rituals, fertility, pets, livestock, and new beginnings. And her sacred items are eggs, rabbits, baskets, and the equilateral cross. Now, working with the maiden goddess, people often think about just the positive aspects, okay? New beginnings, hope, things like that, the more positive things that are out there. But the maiden goddess can be embraced to help you heal from very, very dark things and help bring you out of a dark, dark place. Maiden goddesses can help you deal with the issues from rape or abuse, having an unhappy childhood, having unhealthy relationships where you lay down and you're a doormat and you just get walked all over. Being uncomfortable with your sexuality, especially, we get a little older, we gain weight, gravity starts taking over, things head south, they're not up here anymore, they're down or closer to your waist, or they slide into your armpits when you lay on your back. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Guys, you know too, because you've seen it. She also can help you find your independence, especially when you've come out of a really, really bad relationship, and learning how to stand on your own 2 feet and giving you that strength and intestinal fortitude. She's also great at getting you to learn how to laugh again. Okay? Now, some altar ideas, if you want to set up and really work with the maiden goddess, some of the altar ideas that you can use to set up and have a special altar in your house, if you want, to the maiden goddess, is to include white, light, or like very pastel colored altar cloths, flowers like daisies, carnations, white roses, herbs and flowers and woods like white willow bark, lemon peels, jasmine, and copal resin. Things that almost bring a smile to your face when you hear them, like chimes or bells, that air element, dolls, Barbies, even a handmade, Raggedy Ann, anything like that, and white or pink candles. I was reviewing back to my old books from when I studied with the tradition of the Witches' Circle. And I went back and looked through my notes because I wanted to really re-spark thinking outside the box and not just doing the habitual that I have gotten into doing. And I realized when I read this, when I was asked to describe the maiden goddess, this is what I wrote. The maiden goddess symbolizes youth, innocent, pursuit of dreams and aspirations, magic, make-believe, and your fantasies. She reminds us to embrace the child within and never lose that innocence. And that's really important, that we don't lose our childlike tendencies sometimes. You have to remember to learn to giggle once in a while. Go out and dance in the rain if that's what makes you feel good. During my training, when I was asked to write invocations and releasings for each phase of the goddess, for the maiden, this is what I wrote. And I still use these when I invoke a particular phase of the aspect of the goddess that I want to work with. I call to the maiden, the source of childhood innocence and joyful abandon. I ask that she join me in this rite as a source of inspiration and attainment of my dreams. Blessings and welcome. And then for the release, I wrote, I thank the maiden for joining me this night. Your presence has shown me the way to a new beginning and embracing the joy in my life. Return now to your magical realm with my thanks and devotion. Farewell and blessed be. One of the things that I read when I looked back through my notes was, how would I connect back then, 15 years ago, versus now? And I needed to be reminded of this, because what I wrote was, I reach out to the maiden particularly when I'm in need of inspiration and thinking outside the box. I connect with the maiden to help deal with issues surrounding molestation when I was a teenager. Connecting with the maiden helps me find my sense of humor when dealing with stressful periods of life. And I think I really needed to be, I know that the divine guided me to bring my old workbooks and all of the effort that I put into my training when I was going through. And this was actually in my advanced priestess level of training, and which a lot of trads call high priestess, because we had advanced priestess and then had high priestess above us. And I think that a lot of times we overlook the maiden because we think of her as almost juvenile sometimes, and we forget that you have very powerful archetypes in Artemis and in Cora to embrace, to help you get through some really nasty stuff that could have happened in your life. And this isn't just limited to women. Okay, it can also be if you had an abusive childhood, you know, where a parent was abusive and you were a male. Men often are very, very timid about working with the maiden on a more serious level like this. Okay, and I encourage you guys to really take a look at how the maiden could help you in your life and how she could aid you in finding peace with things that have happened in the past and to help you through some tough situations that you might be going on right now. With everything going on in the world right now in 2020, in August of 2020, where we have a worldwide pandemic and the world's going nuts and we've got disasters right and left, how can the maiden help you get through the fears and anxieties that you may have about things that are going on around the world around you? Okay, don't forget that you still have that spark of innocence inside you. Don't forget that the maiden, the mother, the crone, the wild one, the father, and the sage are with you at all times. You are part of the divine, and the divine is part of you. Okay? So let me know down in the comments if this resonated with you at all, and if you think that the maiden could help you tackle something going on in your life or something that happened to you in your life in the past to help you heal and move on. Okay? With that, my friends, that's it for this video. The next one will be on the wild one. The god's going to get equal time in this. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. About 70% of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed, and I would appreciate that. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up. It does help me get into the recommended on my videos. When you do that, YouTube pushes me up in the algorithm. Also, don't forget, I have a 5K giveaway for my subscribers. I will link that in the description box. So you can go over and watch that video for how to enter the giveaway. I will be giving away a Book of Shadows. Yeah, it ends in just a couple of days when I'm recording this. It's got 5 more days on it. So with that, my friends, as I always say, merry we did meet, merry we will part, until we merry meet again. Be well and walk in love and light, everybody. Bye.